hi again, folks. I'm Greg Flynn, the Public Information Director for the City of Pearl, and you're watching This Week in Pearl. On this week's episode, we've got a very special guest as the Commissioner of Agriculture, Mr. Andy Gibson, is here with us, along with Representative Gene Newman, to tell us all the things that the Department of Ag is doing, some things you're going to be very surprised about. Then we'll take you inside the M Braves as they're coming off their second homestand, continuing a third this week, and they'll be taking on the Montgomery Biscuits. Some awesome things going on out at Trustmark Park that you're going to want to make plans to go and do. Also, we will take you over to the police department where a great honor was bestowed upon one of our officers as Crime Stoppers presented its Top Cop Award, and we'll let you know who that is as we take you over to the PD. Finally, we'll tell you about a great Memorial Day event that's going to be going on out at the outlets of Mississippi. It is Vets for Vets. All that and more coming up on This Week in Pearl.
Hello, I'm Mayor Wyndham, and I'm thrilled to show you the city creating its own future. Pearl is located in Rankin County, the fastest growing county in Mississippi, and there's no question why. Access to great schools, even better shopping, and unbridled beauty make Pearl a town that truly embodies its name. And with a truly exceptional team of first responders, public safety is another key component of our success. With fantastic housing opportunities from quaint suburban neighborhoods to gorgeous lakefront properties, there's a place for you here in Pearl. You can't beat the location. Right outside of Pearl is the crossroads of the South, where Interstate 20 meets Interstate 55. From here you can travel anywhere within the state or the country. Or you can choose to stay right here in Pearl to enjoy a Mississippi Braves baseball game or experience the small town atmosphere, community pride, and heart of the local residents.
Well, welcome back into This Week in Pearl, folks. I'm Greg Flynn, and we are now joined by a pair of very special guests. We are honored to have with us today our Commissioner of Agriculture, Mr. Andy Gibson.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, whatever the case may be. It's great to be with you in Pearl, Mississippi, a very special place to me.
That is excellent. And our representative, you all know, Mean Gene. He is Representative Gene Newman. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. It's a great morning.
Well, we'd like to thank you because you helped facilitate letting the commissioner know about our program and helped bring us in. You know, why don't you tell us why you thought it was important?
Well, at the moment that I thought it would be a great thing to have him here, we were having a gasoline crisis with the pipelines, and I thought he would be able to address some of that. But also, you know, he has this Genuine Mississippi program that he's pushing, and talk about how you can get the best vegetables and the best beef and chickens in the country right here in Mississippi.
Awesome. Well, you know, we love to push local here, not only whether it is Pearl, but all of Rankin County. Well, maybe not so much our guys to the east, directly to our east, but most of Rankin County we like to push, and then the state as a whole. But let's start out. You said that Pearl is a special place for you.
Pearl is a very special place to me. You know, I grew up really between Pearl and Brandon, so that's good for this commentary today. And I attended church. My dad was a pastor here in Pearl, Mississippi for many years. And I was saved at the age of 7 and baptized at Providence Baptist Church, just down the road here. And very great memories of that particular moment and day, and really all those days growing up in Pearl. And then when I was older and in college and in law school, I met my future wife, Leslie, at Mississippi College. And her parents lived in the country out in the rural area of Missouri, and they came down. And I got permission at Cracker Barrel, Pearl, Mississippi. Cracker Barrel, I met with them and asked her dad permission to marry her over a table. And maybe I had some chicken livers that day. I don't remember what it was. But it was such a great moment. And those are two moments in my life, the two really most important relationships, the relationship with the Lord Jesus and, of course, my wife, Leslie. So it all comes back to Pearl.
Well, now we get to officially adopt you as an honorary Pearlite.
I'll take it. I sure will.
Well, you know, one of the things, Gene had just talked about it, that people may not realize one of the jobs that you all have over there is regulating gas.
That's right.
And boy, that's been quite a story of late. Where do we stand with these wild gas prices?
Well, we are the Department of Agriculture and Commerce, and that commerce flows to really everything that's sold in Mississippi, whether it's on the scale or whether it's over the grocery store scanner, but in this case, the gas pumps. And you see our little stickers. We check those pumps twice a year to make sure the fuel has the quality and pumping the quantity that people are paying for. But we also work with the pipeline. So when this pipeline crisis hit, we were on the phones on Friday evening, right as the work week was coming to an end, finding out what's really going on. And there's a lot behind the scenes there I won't get into, but that pipeline fortunately only affected about 20-something% of our fuel supply here in Mississippi. We have so many other terminals on the river, Mississippi River, the Tom Bigby Waterway, the Chevron facility down on the Gulf Coast, and all over the state. So it impacted us. The biggest problem we had was the fear factor, that people saw some national news story that there was going to be a crisis in oil supply, and they started filling up their laundry baskets with gasoline, and that is not the right response. So our message was, it was a short-term interruption, a temporary disruption in supply, not a crisis in terms of lack of gasoline, and to remind people that panic buying is the worst thing we can do in those times. It was a repeat of the great toilet paper crisis of 2020 in a lot of ways. People buying all the toilet paper off the shelves. So just a reminder that sometimes we can be our own worst enemy. Now, after the fact, after that pipeline came back on, Gene and I were just talking, we realized, and it was reported that pipeline paid $4.4 million to somebody somewhere. I want to know who that is. Now, that's a hijacker, that's a terrorist. And you do that one time and you pay them $4.5 million, they'll be coming back, won't they, Mr.
Sure, absolutely will.
And I'm concerned about that from a long-term standpoint, a security and supply preservation standpoint here in the country. And I hope our leadership in Washington, D.C. will step up to the plate and find out who those people are and shut them down.
Well, whether it's cyber or whether it is medical, we've faced a lot these last year and a half or so, but COVID hit the agriculture industry quite hard, and I know you've worked hard to help get it back on track. What were some of the challenges you've seen both during COVID and now that we're coming out?
Well, you know, it was just about a year ago that we were in the middle of what I call the Great Shutdown, and I had to remind people back then and do today, agriculture never did shut down. We never did stop. Farmers never quit putting seeds in the ground, never quit raising cattle. I brought a copy of the Mississippi Market Bulletin here that features the beef industry this month. By the way, it is beef month. Go out and buy you something to grill on the Memorial Day cookout that you're going to have. But agriculture never stopped. And so we had to, at our agency, we waived a lot of typical standard requirements like pesticide certifications and stuff like that. People could take it online instead of in person to make sure that the next crop went in the ground. We really did a lot of work in promoting local food, and I want to talk some about that today because I think we realized as a result of the COVID pandemic, we cannot rely on the processing plants out in the Midwest to operate and to process the beef or the pork or the whatever it may be that we need to eat here in Mississippi. As a matter of fact, you may remember this, Gene, you called me during those days. You said, tell me about our local processing capacity. And so people began to think, when ground hamburger meat went to $8 a pound because you couldn't get it. And even today, there are some states that still are operating their meat plant factories at half capacity. So we've got to make sure we've got local infrastructure to process what we need for our people to eat, to survive, and to thrive. So we promoted, of course, our local markets. We have a program called Genuine Mississippi, and you can go to genuinems.com and check it out. There you'll find everything grown, raised, crafted, and made right here in the Magnolia State. And you can buy local from farmers. You can buy their products, not only farm products, but crafted products, other food products, sweets and desserts that I'm kind of partial to. Whatever you want to look for, it's there. And of course, our farmers markets all around Mississippi, a great local resource. When the grocery stores back a year ago could not get what people needed, our farmers markets were well supplied and they never shut down. So we're thankful for that. We created an online portal called msfarmmarketplace.com. It's actually a service of the Market Bulletin. You can go to msfarmmarketplace.com and you can buy direct from farmers, fruits, vegetables, beef on the hoof. And I'm really excited that we're about to announce an expansion of our USDA meat processing capacity in Mississippi. This week, as a matter of fact, we'll be rolling that out.
Well, give us a little preview. What is that going to entail?
Well, we were able to get some grant funds as a result of COVID-19 to build up and make more resilient our local food infrastructure. And we've got to do that. Like I said, we can't depend on other states to feed us to process what we need to eat. And it's good for our cattlemen, our beef producers, to have other options for marketing. So we're going to be basically, through the award of a fairly modest dollar amount of grants, we're going to be able to double the beef and pork processing capacity in the state of Mississippi. Taking our custom processors, there's a deer processor on every corner in Mississippi. They pop up during deer season, they go out when it's over. But we had several custom processors step up and say, we want to become a USDA processor. And that means that meat can be sold at any grocery store, at any restaurant, across state lines, anywhere else, direct from the store. And we've got about 8 local businesses, mom and pop owned businesses that have been successful, and they're going to go upgrade to become a USDA processor. So now we just announced last week in Leakesville, Mississippi, a first-class, state-of-the-art meat processing plant is opening up. They'll be able to process 30 head of beef every week, and then multiply that times about 8, and we are really well positioning ourselves as a state to have the meat that we need to have for our grocery stores, and also build that brand. I believe Mississippi has the best farmers, the best producers, the best cattlemen anywhere in this country, and we need to take pride in who we are. I'm proud to be a Mississippian and proud to promote our products, and this will give us yet another way to do just that.
Is this also a good way to find out not only where you can directly get it, but what stores perhaps sell, that where you can find the Mississippi products in big stores?
Absolutely. That's the third part of our program. We launched Genuine Mississippi, where you can buy direct from the marketers, from the producers of these products, from the farmers. And then you can buy through these different processors that we're talking about locally. You can have your beef processed or buy local beef there, or meat, as the case may be, farmers markets. But we are beginning right now a process to roll out so that when you walk into Kroger, for example, you will see the Genuine Mississippi brand. You'll know everything on this shelf, everything in this section here is grown, raised, crafted, or made right here in Mississippi. And when we do that, we're making an investment in ourselves. We're supporting our own local businesses, our own local products, and I believe it will grow into something that the people of Mississippi will be very, very proud of, whether it's honey, local honey, or whether it is cookies or snacks, or even, as I mentioned, beef, Mississippi raised beef, hamburger meat. Put some on your barbecue grill for Memorial Day. It's going to be really good.
And certainly poultry. You can never leave out our great poultry producers.
Chicken is our #1 industry. As a matter of fact, on that note, if you eat at Chick-fil-A, if you like Chick-fil-A, which I'm kind of partial to.
There's quite a few folks, one or two that like it.
There may be a few. They must be. They're in a long line to get it. I know. But the chicken plant that we have in Carthage, Mississippi, processes, let me get my numbers straight here, I think 400,000 chickens every single week, all right? 400,000 birds, all Mississippi raised. Almost 1/2 of that goes directly to Chick-fil-A. All right, so if you eat Chick-fil-A, there's a good chance you're eating Mississippi chicken, all right? I watched it processed and filleted and battered, and it's going to Chick-fil-A, and the rest of it, whole chickens, go to Kroger's and Walmart's, and you don't know that, but we're going to make sure people know that when they buy something, they're buying a Mississippi product. That's what builds our agriculture and our commerce at the same time.
Well, Gene, we're very fortunate. You know, the commissioner just mentioned the farmers markets. We have several here in the Rankin County area, certainly Doris Berry's right here on Highway 80, oh, yeah. Right down Highway 49, several options. And then the big one right there at the fairgrounds, yep. the big farmers market. So we've got great choices around here.
That's right, we do. And you know, you can't go any place better than right up here at Doris Berry's and get good fresh tomatoes.
That's good stuff. It's that time of the year.
That's right.
And it's all coming in. We are about to highlight that the farmers markets around Mississippi. We actually, our office certifies farmers markets for what is grown in Mississippi, and so farmers who have blueberries to sell, they're about to come in. You can go buy you some Mississippi blueberries. I encourage you to visit berries, and everywhere else that you can. Support, when you do that, you're supporting local farmers, local food, and it's healthier too. One of the things that we tried to emphasize during COVID was our bodies have a natural immune system, and that immune system is healthier when we eat healthier. So buying local, it's fresher, it tastes better, and it's better for you. So buy from those local farmers markets and eat healthy. Build up your immunity, whether it's against COVID or some other virus that may be coming around the corner.
Well, it is some exciting times for you all because the fairgrounds have really, you don't even hardly recognize them now. That new Trademark, Pearl High School just had its graduation in the Coliseum. The renovations and upgrades, phenomenal there.
Yep.
And then the great new building right next door.
We are really excited about the changes there. You know, for so many years now, the city of Jackson has had a problem, and it is a real problem, and it's a problem of perception. And so I don't control every square inch of the city of Jackson, but I said we do have some authority over the state fairgrounds, and we are going to make it the very best it can be, the very safest it can be. So during COVID last year, when everybody else was shut down, we finished up the new Trademark Project, which is state of the art. It's something, if you haven't seen it, it is something every Mississippian can be proud of. It's first class, state of the art, high technology. And then at the same time, we renovated the old Coliseum, and it looks like new. We got all new seating, all new floors, new paint to match the Trademark. We are in the process now of drilling our own well. We will have our own water on the state fairgrounds because of, as you know, there are problems getting water right now. We're going to put down as big a well as we can and get the best water we can for the people, for the events that we have there. And I'm really excited about the Mississippi Farmers Market. Starting this next month in June, every first Thursday, we're going to have a First Thursday's Luncheon at the Mississippi Farmers Market, which is right there on the corner of High Street at the fairgrounds. And we're going to meet there. We're going to have a time of inspiration, of encouragement, try to encourage people and help people along the way, and promote agriculture at the same time. Every month is a different featured commodity. We do that in the Market Bulletin. We're going to do it at this meeting, and June is Fresh Fruit and Vegetables Month. So we'll have some fresh fruit and vegetables for people to eat and enjoy, and then to fellowship and have a great meal, and also come away encouraged. I'll be the first speaker, so I'm looking forward to that. I hope to encourage you. That is my #1 goal. And we'll have some really great speakers as we go every month, featuring and promoting Mississippi agriculture.
Gina, we have a Pearl connection there now in the farmers market with Ralph Elmore.
That's correct. Ralph Elmore, City Limits Cafe that was here on Highway 80 is now at the farmers market at the fairgrounds, and I think he handles a lot of the food stuff that's down there. Anything that's at the Trademark or anything like that, he's got his hands full with all that. But every weekday you can go in there and get you a good lunch. It's the same. Miss Margaret's still cooking.
It's good home cooking. I love it too. Good stuff.
Well, the food is just as good as when it was on Highway 80 at City Limits. They've just kind of relocated to kind of spread the word a little bit more over there, reach more people at the farmers market.
That's right.
One of the things everybody knows that you guys do, and they're always excited to talk about it, is the State Fair.
Yes.
We hope that it's going to be back in full capacity this coming October.
I fully expect it will be back to the regular state fair that we've had. You know, we made the decision last year, because it is an outdoor event, we made the decision to move ahead with the state fair. We had it. We didn't have any problems. We maintained social distancing, put in special sanitizing procedures, and we had a good state fair, but it was about 60% attendance of a normal state fair. And I want to invite everybody back out this year in October. It's that first week in October. I'll be giving out another 100,000 biscuits. I promise you, we're bringing back the syrup, the homemade syrup too, to go there next to it with the mule right next to the biscuit.
Let me interrupt you, because I want you to tell the folks why specifically that you felt it was necessary to go through with State Fair last fall and what it means to our farmers.
Absolutely. The State Fair is Mississippi's largest agricultural event. And when COVID hit, our farmers didn't stop raising livestock. They kept raising that livestock. The young people that show the animals had invested in these animals, and well, then they were able to bring them to the state fair to show the best that Mississippi has to offer. For many of them that are graduating, the young people, we have 4-H, FFA, youth development programs, and it's all about the kids. And I think it was a good example for them to see, if we make up our mind we're going to do something, we can do it. We may have to change our procedures, we may have to spread it out a little bit, which we did, but we can still do things safely and get the job done. And for many of them who were graduating, this would have been their last state fair to show their livestock at, but they were able to come. Frankly, we had more participation in our 4-H, FFA youth livestock shows at the state fair, more ever. I think it was the all-time record last year, because people were ready to come out and do something, and they were able to manage the risk using common sense, having procedures to keep going, because as I said at the beginning, agriculture never stops, and we need to thank God our farmers never stop.
Amen.
If they ever stop, we won't have anything to eat. All that good food that Miss Margaret cooks wouldn't be there if our farmers didn't raise it. So it's about moving ahead, getting the job done, adapting where we need to, and supporting our young people and giving them an example to go by as well.
Well, I certainly know that it was needed in 2020. I think in 21, even more, when we can come back 100%.
Yeah.
And really just, because the state fair is, for a lot of people, that's what they save their money for year round.
That's right.
That is our version of Disney World for a lot of folks, and they go and they spend the whole week coming to the state fair. It's just a great family event.
It is. It's going to be bigger and better than ever. And we have, there are 3 things that I want for the state fair and for the fairgrounds. I want them to be clean. Every morning of that state fair should be just as clean as opening day. And that's one of our standards we put in place. Safe. We have changed our security procedures. We have contracted with the Capitol Police and with the Department of Public Safety, the Highway Patrol for security. And we're very excited about the direction that we're heading there. It's a whole new ball game. And then growing. We want it to grow. So yeah, we're shooting for 100%, maybe 120%. We want to see things growing. And when you come to the fairgrounds, what you're going to see is it looks like new. It's much better, and it's getting better every day. And by then, I believe, we'll have our own water. All right, you can drink it.
It won't be under boiled water. You won't lose pressure. You'll have it.
What happened was, in February, we had the Dixie National Rodeo. We had 10,000 people down there. And couldn't have water to even flush the commodes.
Yeah.
That's a bad situation. I said, we will never be in that situation again. We'll be able to turn on the knob and have our own water flow, no matter what. So if there's water under that fairgrounds, and we won't hit the volcano, all right? We won't go that deep. But if there's water
don't wake that up. Do not wake that up.
I told them I want to hear 2 things. I don't want to hear one more thing about water. I want to hear that drilling rig fire up, and I want to hear that water bubble up, all right? And we'll have, I'm hoping, a well about that big around. And we might even, supply people that have a need for water in an emergency situation. You've been at MEMA, you know what it's like.
Oh, yeah.
There are people even today who can't get water in the city of Jackson.
Right
What
now.
a shame. It's a shame. Be thankful that Pearl, Mississippi, you have the leadership you have here, you have the representation you have here in the legislature, and they're good folks, and I'm mighty proud to be associated with every one of them.
And we have our own wells, right, Gene?
That's right.
Pearl operates independently. We never have to worry. We don't sweat it.
And even if the electricity goes off, we got generators that keep running them right on.
Yep.
Well, I tell you what, Commissioner, you guys do so much at the Agriculture and Commerce that I don't think people, know enough about it. And I'm glad you were able to come in and talk about some of these great initiatives that you have. How can people subscribe to your Mississippi Market Bulletin?
Well, it's online now, so you can actually go to MS Market Bulletin, MS for Mississippi, marketbulletin.com, and you can subscribe. And if you want to call the number, call 601-359-1198, 601-359-1198. We'll get you subscribed for $10 a year, but don't stop at a year, get 2 or 3 years. You'll get this twice a month at your home. It's the most subscribed, the largest circulated newspaper in the state of Mississippi. And we've added a lot of things. I've started a policy corner, for example, on the inside cover to talk about things happening at the legislature. And in this case, talking about local foods and local opportunities to support our farmers wherever you may be.
You can buy some good stuff in there too.
Oh yeah, you can buy whatever you want in the Market Bulletin. The best squirrel dog I ever bought was out of the Mississippi Market Bulletin. His name is Ranger, and I can't keep up with how many squirrels.
You get donkeys, mules, whatever you want.
Really?
Yeah. That's right. It's the state's largest buy-sale paper. It's actually, I think if the statistics are still correct, it is the nation's largest buy-sell newspaper and most subscribed. So we actually have subscribers to the Market Bulletin in all 50 states. Even in Alaska, they're getting the Market Bulletin, all right?
Just remember, folks, before you buy anything out of there, we have local ordinances about the things that we can keep in the city of Pearl. Hogs.
You mean no donkeys?
Cattle,
Right.
donkeys, even chickens. We got some
Take 'em to your farm.
stipulations.
That's
Yes,
right.
take them out to the county. And then this, I think, is fantastic. The Mississippi grown. I just think this is going to take off. The more people can learn about it.
Well, we've gotten a bad rap over the years. Mississippi has by the national press, but we have a lot to be proud of. Mississippi is not only a national but a worldwide leader in agriculture. We are feeding this country. We are feeding the world because we do have the best farmers, the best products, and it's something to be proud of. And I'm proud to be genuine Mississippi. I hope you are too.
And we still clothe them too.
That's right. Every day. That's right.
A lot of cotton in that Delta
Food,
still.
fiber, and shelter. Don't forget the pine trees, the timber, the hardwoods. We are a leader in that as well. So it's an honor to serve as your Commissioner of Agriculture, and I really enjoyed being with you today. And thank you to the people of Pearl. I love your city. I love your people. And anything I can do to help, you always just give me a call. I'll be there. All right.
Excellent. Commissioner Andy Gibson.
Thank you.
Representative Gene Newman, thank you for helping facilitate getting the commissioner in.
I love bringing the commissioner in. He's always great at whatever he does. I've known him for a long time, and really appreciated him when he was in the House and chairman of the Judiciary B Committee. He did a great job there. He got some really important laws passed that he just bulldogged through, and he did a great job with that. And I've appreciated him for that. So
Thank you.
We are in good hands over there at the Agriculture and Commerce. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right. We will be back with more This Week in Pearl right after this.
Come find your taste buds at the Lost Cajun. Chef Charles is cooking everything to order. Cajun classics like gumbo, jambalaya, and red beans and rice. Pick your po' boy, shrimp, oyster, roast beef, or maybe gator. Proudly serving USDA farm-raised catfish. When you're done, loosen the belt up a bit for some homemade beignets. Dine in, take out, order online, and get it delivered. Reserve our party room for your group. Find your way to the Lost Cajun in Pearl and Byram.
Well, welcome into the M-Braves Insider segment. I'm Greg Flynn, the Public Information Director for the City of Pearl. We are joined this week by the General Manager and Vice President of the Mississippi Braves. It is Pete Lavin. We're giving Chris a day off. He sent the boss in.
He needs to rest the pipes. They got 6 more days coming up, so he's a hardworking man. You know, the big show and then the 3-hour game. So happy to step in for him.
Excellent. Well, I guess I don't want to put words in your mouth, but was it a good first 12 games that we've seen here at home?
Yeah, I mean, it's been something else. I think just the enthusiasm of the crowds. You can tell they're happy to have baseball back, and it's each night. You know, I say to myself at the end of the night, you know, no matter what size crowd they were into the game. And we've had some good ones and fortunately some really good weather this past week.
Well, it's no surprise that, our biggest crowds come for fireworks, but your Thursdays are awfully good. Now you've had 2 double headers for Thirsty Thursdays.
Yeah, we've played 4 games so far on Thursdays. So it's amazing. Every Tuesday game we've had, whether home or road, has been rained out so far this year. We definitely don't want that to continue, but it's been kind of cool having those double headers each Thursday for the Thirsty Thursday crowd, where we've juiced up the entertainment down by the Farm Bureau Grill, and those have been some really enthusiastic crowds and saw some good games.
I love what you're doing now out at the Farm Bureau Grill, to get people out there. Not only do you have great drinks out there and the new 360 bar, but to get people to know that it's out there, you've been doing some interesting things, trivia and a raffle.
Yeah, some nights we'll do a raffle where anybody that buys any sort of drink down there, beer, wine, mixed drink, soda, can get a raffle ticket for M Braves merchandise at the end of the game, some memorabilia. I think it was Max Fried baseball the other night. And
Oh, and you did a Mike Soroka baseball, too. You did 2 that night.
Yes, indeed. You pay attention.
I do
You
pay
must be out there.
No, I like to pay attention.
Okay. And Thursdays is bar trivia every Thursday. The same ones you might see at Shaggy's or some of the other great establishments here in town. And we're going to start doing some wine Wednesdays for wine lovers out there. We're going to have some sommeliers from the great restaurants here in Jackson come out and sample wines before the game. Then you enjoy the Wednesday game. But yeah, I encourage anybody that hasn't been out to the stadium this year, check out the new the bar we're featuring at the Farm Bureau Grill. You can access it from the patio outside, sit there and watch the game from right field. It's a real major league view, and or go inside in the AC and say hi to Nora behind the bar from there.
Boy, and on those Thursdays, the trivia, you get a chance to win a free suite rental.
I know. They were kind of blown away when I told them the level of prizes. They're used to some dinner certificates.
A keychain or something.
Yeah. So we're not playing around. You come there, answer a few questions correctly, and then you get to bring 24 of your friends back in a suite any weeknight.
Well, it has really been excellent out there. And another thing that people can look at, it's the countertop. Tell us about the countertop. There are hundreds and hundreds of baseball cards under there.
Yes. When we were designing the bar, I think it goes back like 25 years when I was at a winter meetings in Atlanta at the Marriott. They had a sports bar, and the entire bar top was just a collage of baseball cards. And I collected, probably from the time I was 8 to 18 years old, and still had them all in boxes, hadn't looked at them in years. So I always took them with me wherever I moved. I'm like, well, now's the chance I'm going to copy what they did in Atlanta. And so the entire bar, I couldn't tell you how many cards it is, but it's a pretty wide bar top, and it's filled with all kinds of baseball cards. Some good ones.
Oh,
you got some
really
Dwight good ones.
You got to make sure nobody's lifting it up.
I don't know what I was thinking. It's like I got to figure out how I'm going to pay for my daughter's college now. But
don't let anybody steal the cards.
Yeah. So I'm glad you know. So yeah, a lot of people comment on them and just see random players they might have known as kids.
Awesome. Some of the great giveaways we had. It was awesome to see Friday night. You had the Dansby Swanson giveaway. We knew it was going to be a big night, but fans were lined up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, no, that just shows you that we really are Braves country, and they don't stop following the great players after they leave Pearl. They follow them throughout their careers, and whenever they have success at the next level, we try to pay tribute to them with giveaways. We got another one, I think June 25th is Freddie Freeman jerseys. And, you'll see anybody that comes through here. We got a Christian Pache bobble doll in August, Drew Waters statue in September, some of the more recent M Braves that have gone on to big things.
Teams playing pretty good on the field, coming off a 3-3 series split with those Chattanooga Lookouts. So I think they're starting to get their groove, and do they hit a lot of home runs. Our guys hit a lot of home runs.
Yeah, they don't get cheated up there. When we score, a lot of times so far, it's been the result of the long ball. And, as the weather heats up, the ball starts to travel even more, and so you're bound to see probably more long ball home runs than you've seen in recent years.
When you catch that southerly wind, which is blowing straight out, so that really will help it too.
Yeah.
So, man, we got a great homestand coming up. This is back-to-back homestands. We're going to be welcoming in the Montgomery Biscuits Tuesday. It'll be our first chance to have a Tuesday night game. Our first Bark in the Park.
Yeah, I can't wait. We're going to have Bark in the Park every Tuesday this year. I know. That's increased every year. I think in 2019 we maybe had one a month, but we're happy to present those with our partners at Hollywood Feed. And it'll be good to have the doggies out tomorrow. And we'll have plenty of water bowls out for them to drink out of. They're always well behaved. Just bring a leash and come out and have a lot of fun.
And a scooper? Who's in charge of doing the scooping?
I was going to see if the PA announcer could take care of that this year.
Man, I'm way too busy.
Okay.
Way too busy
We'll
up
let you
there.
know. We'll have somebody sub in for you.
Wednesday, First Responders Day. Every Wednesday that we have a home game, first responders, healthcare professionals get in for free by showing their badge. Thursday, we talked about Thirsty Thursday and live trivia. On Friday this week, it's Throwback Day.
Yeah.
It's the old Jackson Generals and the Houston Astros when they were here. And you've got some items about what folks are going to be able to be getting this weekend.
Yeah. Friday, as you mentioned, it's going to be Jackson Generals Throwback Night. We're going to be giving away these cool retro Jackson Generals caps, the same ones worn by the squad over there when they're the Astros AA team playing at Smith Wells. Brought to us by our friends at NCADD. And I almost came over here just in full Generals uniform.
I would have.
I was going to.
I would.
I don't know why I
don't know
didn't.
if the Braves would have liked that, but
Right. And the team is going to be wearing these Generals jerseys, just like we wore in 2019. On that day, Ian Anderson, currently anchoring the Atlanta Braves pitching staff, threw a no-hitter that night, along with Jeremy Walker. So we had to bring that one back. Just had such a good mojo going from that last one. So you'll see our guys on the field in those retro uniforms. Last time we played the Jackson Generals, the team that was in Tennessee, they're no longer in the league, but that was cool. But this night will be also. I know there's a lot of people, a lot of fans that when you're just sitting around talking, they'll bring up the days watching the Jackson Generals over there.
a lot of great memories.
We're happy to bring that back
from that old Texas league. It was
absolutely.
They were a lot of fun, but we like having the AA South Braves much better. I'll tell you that.
I'd have to agree.
So Friday, that's when you're going to do their hat, and then Saturday, another chance at a hat.
Yeah, absolutely. Saturday, not only is it a post-game fireworks night, as every Saturday is, we're going to have a giveaway. It's back-to-back hat giveaways this weekend in partnership with the Mississippi Veterans Affairs. We are going to be giving away these sweet camo caps, M Braves camo caps, to the first 1,000 fans. We're also going to be having a Gold Star family tribute before the game on field, and real excited that preceding the fireworks on Saturday.
I love the fact that M Braves is that red, white, and blue for the Memorial Day. That is just awesome. They have some other camo hats inside the extra innings team store now, but these are really going to be something with the patriotic flag on there.
Yeah, we did a similar cap in 2019 with Mississippi VA, and it was hugely popular. So, as you alluded to early, come early for these giveaway nights because they're popular, and then stay late for the fireworks.
Boy, and then you're going to get an extra treat because it is Memorial Day. Sunday's a special start time at 6:05, away from the normal 2:05s, because we're going to have a blowout Memorial Day fireworks show.
Yes, indeed. It's it's our only Sunday night game of the year because of the holiday. Everybody's off work Monday, except for you. Maybe you'll probably be here at 9 a.m.
Always.
But fireworks, special holiday fireworks on Sunday, May 30th, the night before Memorial Day holiday. In partnership with our good friends at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Mississippi, who will also be partnering with on the 4th of July fireworks with the city of Pearl this year.
The best part about, I think, the Braves and the way you all structure it, you make it so affordable for a family to be able to come out. You have a wide range of seats, so you can go for a little or you can go for a little bit more, just depending upon where you want to sit.
Absolutely. And we were talking about the patio seating at the grill earlier. I mean, you can literally pay $6 for a ticket, a berm seat or a general admission, and hang out down there. That's what I did when I was when I used to go to the Braves games at Turner Field. Is buy the cheapest ticket and go to that center field bar and hang out at the bar rail the entire game and just have an unobstructed view of the ball game. It was pretty unique, and but yeah, we keep it affordable. I'd encourage people to buy online prior to any of these games, so you don't have to wait in line, and you also save on cost for the walk-up ticket.
And also that service, you'll pay a little service fee, on Ticketmaster, but the fact that your ticket's already on your phone.
Yeah, no wait. And then there's been a large walk-up the last few games, so you can avoid those lines. Just walk right in.
Yeah, so just go straight to MississippiBraves.com, and you can click on tickets and get it there. You can also always go by the box office anytime during the week, during business hours. Walk up and buy your tickets right there at the stadium, or you can give them a call. They'll leave them for you at will call at 1-888-BRAVES-4.
That's it.
See, I remember that phone number. It's very good. Pete, finally, it just seemed to me this past homestand against the Lookouts, we had more kids than I've seen in that ballpark, in an entire 6-game series before. And that berm, the kids are just having a great time out there.
Yep.
And that's really what it's about, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Yeah, that's been the coolest thing to see. Even like up in the suite level, like we had the young team singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
The Rankin County Renegades.
Yeah, with Elvis. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. And we have the kids club now with great perks for the kids, free tickets every Sunday game, some special gifts, including an email letter from Tommy the Hawk, letting them know what the special discounts are every Sunday. So that's gotten off to a really good start too.
And Run the Bases every Friday night, every Sunday.
Yep, every Sunday, every Friday and Sunday. We won't be able to do it because of the fireworks this Sunday. But if you want kids to run the bases, come on out Friday night and any other Friday and Sunday throughout the year. So that's been going real well. We've had a lot of kids out there lately.
Takes us a while post game to get them all through, but it's awesome to watch them run.
Right. No, it's fun, and I appreciate the narration from up top. That's been good too.
Pete just keeps giving them this. He does the old Ron Washington out there at home plate. He sends everybody home. It's
funny.
Awesome.
Like, why do you keep doing that? If I stop doing it for 1 second, the kids will just it's
scatter like cats all over the field. Well, Pete, it is a great start to the season. Nothing but success, I think, lies ahead, and good weather this week.
I appreciate it. No, we're looking for a great holiday weekend, and look forward to seeing all the local people from the Pearl community come out.
All right. Come out and see him at the ballpark. Also, look close at that video board, because there's a guy up there by the name of Pistol Pete. Looks an awful lot like you. I don't know if he's a relative or your alter ego. I can't figure it out yet.
Well, we're not on speaking terms.
You're not talking?
No, I don't. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Hopefully you guys will settle down, because he's got the nice liquor cabinet right behind home plate. All right, that's going to do it for this M-Braves Insider. We hope to see you all out at the ballpark at Trustmark Park against those Montgomery Biscuits. Well, hi again, folks. We're here at the Pearl Police Department, where we have a very special recognition today. And to tell us about what this is about, we're going to give it to Chief Dean Scott to tell us exactly what this is awarded about, and then we'll tell you who the award winner is.
We're here today for Jenny Easterlin to receive Top Cop Award for the Police Department for the year.
A very fitting honor, I'm sure. And I know that I was given this to read, and we're going to tell you exactly why, Jenny. You've been selected for this award. Officer Jenny Easterling is currently assigned to Pearl Upper Elementary as a school resource officer. Officer Easterling is always ready and willing to serve her school children and administrators. However, for the last year, Officer Easterling has stepped outside of her role as a school resource officer and has assisted the patrol division in several major incidents that were taking place here in the city. On October the 8th, 2020, officers in the city of Pearl responded to a shots fired call. It was determined there was a male victim shot in the parking lot of a local establishment. The offenders in this incident were alleged to have dumped the firearm and left the scene in a vehicle. The description of this vehicle was disseminated on the radio. Officer Easterling heard this radio traffic and responded accordingly.
Officer Easterling assisted in the apprehension of these violent offenders. Then, on February 25th, 2021, officers and investigators were working the scene of a stolen vehicle arrest. The offender was secured and placed in the rear of the police car. The offender was able to slip his handcuffs in front of his body and open the partition between the front and the back seat. The offender then fled the scene in a marked Pearl police vehicle. Officers were attempting to locate the vehicle in the area, and Officer Easterling again heard the radio traffic and responded to assist. Officer Easterling was the first unit to spot the stolen police vehicle, and she started the pursuit. Officers pursued the vehicle until the offender ran off the road and ran into the woods. He was eventually located within a few days and charged accordingly. Finally, on March 20th, 2021, Officer Easterling was leaving an off-duty security detail inside the city limits of Pearl. She was traveling down the road in Rankin County when she noticed a large group of people near the edge of the roadway in the yard of a residence. Officer Easterling slowed her vehicle to ensure everyone's safety. As Officer Easterling passed the residence, she noticed that it appeared to be that people may have been involved in an altercation. Officer Easterling then heard what she believed to be a round of gunfire. She immediately stopped her vehicle and activated her emergency lights. She exited the vehicle and was advised that there were 2 people shot at this location. Officer Easterling immediately took action and contacted Rankin County Sheriff's Department. She was able to provide responding officers with a vehicle description of the offender. Officer Easterling then turned her attention to the wounded victims. She was able to place a tourniquet on one of the gunshot victims. Due to Officer Easterling's intuition and quick thinking, Rankin County was able to locate and arrest the offender in this deadly shooting. Officer Easterling has played an important role in these 3 major incidents that occurred in and around the city of Pearl. Officer Easterling's initiative and bravery speak for themselves. She is an asset to the city of Pearl and the Pearl Public School District. So right now, everybody give a round of applause here to Jenny Easterling. Chief, and I'm going to turn it over to you guys where you guys can make the presentations.
Sure. Turn around. On behalf of Central Mississippi Crime Stoppers, we present you with this plaque and the appropriate certificate and a small monetary award. And we appreciate your efforts and hope you stay in the business a long time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, Jenny, I know this was probably a surprise to you. What does it mean to receive this kind of recognition?
It's unbelievable. I mean, it's rewarding. A lot of us these days, we don't get the recognition we need, and a lot of officers put their lives on the line just about every day. So it's nice to get recognized.
Well, and I will tell you that I know that you guys it's in your blood that you just say it's the job, it's what we do, and it's what we're supposed to do. But some of these incidents, man, it sounds like you were going over and above.
No, it's just the job. It's what we're supposed to do.
Well, we are super proud of you. Top cop for this year.
Thank you.
All right. That'll do it for us here at the Pearl Police Department. Jenny Easterling, your top cop of the year.
WPBP and PMB-TV would like to thank our latest sponsor, Dunkin Donuts. Dunkin Donuts is located at 403 Riverwind Drive. With over 32 different types of donuts, they can take care of your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can now choose from their menu of sandwiches, wraps, and muffins. And don't forget the drinks. Along with coffee, espressos, and lattes for your morning drive, they also have soft drinks, cold brew coffees, and smoothies. The Pearl Pirates run on Dunkin Donuts.
Welcome back into This Week in Pearl. I'm Greg Flynn, and we're now joined by a very special guest as we're going to talk about a very cool Memorial Day event. It is called Vets for Vets. And joining us now is Miss Anjanice George. She is the president of the Corvette Club of Mississippi. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, this is just a fantastic event. Before we get into what the event will be all about, let's set the stage. So what exactly is the Corvette Club of Mississippi?
The Corvette Club is actually called SHIELD, and SHIELD is an acronym for Serving Humanity, Impacting, and Enriching Lives Directly, which means that we ride for a cause. We come together for a cause. It's an association of like-minded Corvette owners who wants to make a difference in the community.
How do you do that? I mean, I know this is going to be one of those great things, but other events you held in the past.
Well, I just call people with Corvette owners who wants to come out and show their cars, or if there's a need in the community, we'll get a phone call. We'll come out and do the best that we can. We do the food pantry for grandparents that do matter. We do the sleep out with the homeless with Mississippi Moves. So whenever there's a cause and there's a need, call SHIELD and we'll do our best to come up and show up, to help out.
Well, this one is going to be outstanding. It's going to take place May the 29th over at the Outlets of Mississippi and Vets for Vets. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this program, the Vets for Vets?
The Vets for Vets. Okay, SHIELD is actually working with the Vietnam Vets of America, the Brandon Chapter 1057 with Mr. Chuck Odom, and we are helping him from what I understand is that they help disabled vets where the VA hospital steps out, and so they step in and take up the slack. So we want to help them with a solution to help them out to get the vets, disabled vets, what they need.
It's just so fitting way to honor on Memorial Day, the vets that are still with us, and as they remember a lot of their buddies that are not. And
absolutely.
And that we're trying to help these guys, and especially I love that you're focusing on the Vietnam veterans this time, because so often it's a real shame because it feels like they are the forgotten soldiers, are they not?
Exactly, you're absolutely right. And I want this day to remember them, and they are some awesome guys, and they have great stories. They have Corvette stories too. So it was just real fitting that we work with the Vietnam Vets of America.
Now this is not just a car show though. You've got a bunch of stuff planned. Why don't you tell us about what's going on?
So it's more than just Corvettes. It's any car, any bike, any truck. All clubs are welcome. And also at this show, the theme for this year is Blues on the Plaza, featuring Mr. Jesse Robinson and band. Also, we're going to have a comedian, JoJo the comedian, going to be out there to make us laugh. There's going to be a crawfish boil. There's going to be mobile detailing on site in case you need it. It's just going to be a fun day of food, fun, friendship, fellowship, and my favorite, shopping.
No, it is going to be great, and it's going to run from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. You got to register your vehicle, though, right?
That is correct. Registration begins at 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., and we're going to start the show at 11 a.m.
And what's the cost if you want to bring a cool car by?
It's only $20 per vehicle.
And it all goes to a great cause.
Yes, it does, and they will be on site. Vietnam vets will be on site.
A great way to say thank you for your service. And,
absolutely.
And to also remember the ones that we've lost here on this Memorial Day. I have to ask, only because I think Corvettes are just really cool looking, but what is the draw? Do you think it is that makes Corvettes so special?
I think the sleekness of the Corvette, the sound of the Corvette, the look of the Corvette, and maybe the person that's driving the Corvette, especially if it's a woman. So.
Well, you told me a great story that you've had a great love of Corvettes even since you were very little.
Yes. And my first Corvette, red Corvette that I saw, guess who was driving it?
Who was that?
A woman. And it was a red Corvette. So guess what color my first one was?
Had to be red. Is there any other color for a Corvette, really?
Nah.
Well, it is. It's very cool. The Corvettes, they go fast too, don't they?
Yes, they do. They do.
Now, we won't say the jurisdiction. How fast have you ever gotten a Corvette to go?
120.
120. All right.
Which is not very fast because I have Corvette brothers and sisters who have been faster than that. But yeah, 120, I had to come off of it.
Well, Pearl Police don't know your car, do they?
No, they do not.
Okay,
not yet.
Good.
I hope not.
That's excellent. How many cars do you anticipate? Or how many are typically in SHIELD that will?
For the past couple years, we've had almost about 50, 55 cars to show up.
Wow.
So this year we are anticipating much more. We're actually having Corvettes coming from Memphis, Tennessee. New Orleans, and of course locally around here. So very excited about this show.
Well, and everybody's just been chomping at the bit now that COVID restrictions are being lifted for something to do, and I think you may benefit from that.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's been a tough year.
Tough year.
Nice time to go out and celebrate and honor our veterans.
Absolutely.
Again, we're going to pop it up on the screen for you one more time. May the 29th from 11 to 2 at the Outlets of Mississippi. It is the Vets for Vets. It is a show for veterans. It would also have Blues on the Plaza featuring Mr. Jesse Robinson. You can see all kinds of cars, bikes, and trucks. Absolutely do some shopping as the sponsors there. Holiday Inn, Bass Pro Shops, Trustmark Park, the Outlets of Mississippi, the Mississippi Braves. I just think SHIELD is so awesome. I'm glad that I'd never heard of it before, but I'm so glad that we're able to help promote that now.
Thank you for inviting us. Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you out at the Outlets.
All right.
All right. That's going to do it for this segment. Get on out there and check out Vets for Vets on May the 29th. We'll be back with more This Week in Pearl right after this.
Hello, I'm Mayor Wyndham, and I'm thrilled to show you the city creating its own future. Pearl is located in Rankin County, the fastest growing county in Mississippi, and there's no question why. Access to great schools, even better shopping, and unbridled beauty make Pearl a town that truly embodies its name. And with a truly exceptional team of first responders, public safety is another key component of our success. With fantastic housing opportunities from quaint suburban neighborhoods to gorgeous lakefront properties, there's a place for you here in Pearl. You can't beat the location. Right outside of Pearl is the crossroads of the South, where Interstate 20 meets Interstate 55. From here you can travel anywhere within the state or the country. Or you can choose to stay right here in Pearl to enjoy a Mississippi Braves baseball game or experience the small town atmosphere, community pride, and heart of the local residents.
Well, we had a jam-packed show for you, and I'd like to thank all of our guests that came in. Representative Andy Gibson, Representative Gene Newman, Pete Lavin with the Mississippi Braves. Congratulations again to Officer Jenny Easterling for her Top Cop Award. Just a great honor, and just goes to show the great men and women that we have working for this Pearl Police Department. With Memorial Day coming up this weekend, it's going to be a long weekend, so there's a lot of things going on around town. But one thing that we want to highlight specifically is the Vets for Vets car show being put on by SHIELD, the Corvette Club of Mississippi. They will be out in the Outlets of Mississippi parking lot, and they're going to be having a great car show out there. All kinds. I mean, it's cars, trucks, it's motorcycles. All the money that's being raised is going to the Vietnam veterans to honor this Memorial Day. You know, the Vietnam veterans, you know, they're oftentimes the unsung heroes and are left out a lot of the military accolades, but the SHIELD Corvette Club of Mississippi wants to make sure that they're recognized. There'll be live music out there, jazz music. It's just going to be a very fun day. Weather's supposed to be fantastic. Hey, and you can have a twofer. You stay at the Outlets for the car show, then that evening go on over to the Mississippi Braves and catch the fireworks show on Saturday night. Going to be a jam-packed Saturday here in the city of Pearl, so you have no excuse if you're looking for something to do. That's going to do it for this edition of This Week in Pearl. Remember, Pearl is the jewel of the crossroads.